Welcome back to Alcohol Content. We're just scatting over here, you know, just some old jazz vocalists just hanging out.
Take jazz and vocalists off that, and then you got it.
We are just hanging out.
Hanging out. But we are hanging out and we are drinking some alcohol. That's why you're here. But before we get into all that jazz, oh yeah, I nailed it. We got Ryan.
Don't jazz pool me, sir.
Oh, it's jazz pool all the time, all day. And we got Rick.
Yay.
And you got me, your jazz master, your jazz pool player, Austin. And
DJ Jazzy Jeff.
DJ Jazzy Jeffy.
Jazzy Hefe.
Jazzy Hefe. There we go. Today we have a special release. Something, I need to change the cameras. We have a special release here, okay? We got something that I happened to pick up for a special day, you know, okay?
What was that special day, Austin?
What was it, Austin?
I trimmed my beard. It was a big deal. Like we said before.
He actually didn't trim it. The vapors off this trimmed it.
Yes. Am now married.
You have monkey hands?
Well, you know, wow, he's bringing up some childhood trauma. Okay. All right, bully. Leave me alone. No, I'm now married. I am now married to my fiance, who was my girlfriend as well. Lots of titles, but now they're all gone, and it's just wife.
You're really just putting a lot of labels on it, huh?
Yeah, you know, I've been putting labels on it since day one. Okay. So yeah, I'm married now, and I had to get something special. I had to.
He's off the market, ladies.
I'm off the market. You see this? Get out of here. Okay, I don't need you around here. You can look, but don't touch.
That's what I've been doing this whole time.
So I got this bottle. Which, under the table shenanigans. I got this bottle, which is Ardbeg Heavy Vapors, by the way. Okay, we'll get into it. Okay, I got this bottle for my groomsmen, which this guy, DJ Whoopie Kush, was one of them. We had to, you know, get drunk before my wedding, right? I mean, what else are you going to do?
I mean, have some fine scotch.
Exactly. I was like, I'm going to drink a scotch. And
keeping those nuptials toy.
Oh, yeah. They were toy. I had two options, okay? I had two options. I thought I only had one. I was going to go buy the 18-year Highland Park. The 18-year Highland Park. I went there and I saw this. It just so happened that the Ardbeg Heavy Vapors, their committee release for Ardbeg Day, was there in the store. There was only one of them, and I got lucky. And it's pricey, so this bottle is kind of
keep in mind.
That's the only time you got lucky that day.
Exactly.
Boom!
Yeah,
got it.
So this bottle is expensive. It's $150, but
special occasion.
I was like, let's do it. And I figured we'd do it for the pod because, I mean, it's alcohol and this is content. So let's do it.
Yeah, boy.
So
Ardbeg Heavy Vapors, what makes it special for this committee release
is I got married.
They made it for Austin to get married.
Yeah.
No,
kind of a big deal.
So typically when they make their peated scotch, it's goes through a copper purifier in their still, and that catches all of the heavy particulates and then sinks it back down into the still so it doesn't get into the runoff. And this one, they didn't do that. So it has the most just concentrated heavy
metals.
Yeah.
Heavy metals.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Just all the particulates that come from it. And so it's dense and intense.
Well, it messes with, I think it messes with the balance too between the peaty smoke and then the floral notes that you get off of regular Ardbeg.
Yeah.
It messes with that balance to some degree.
The fruit and floral kind of go down, and then the smoke's going to go up.
And on the nose, it is a confusing.
I mean, can we talk about the look?
Yeah.
It looks like
super light.
Almost water through a tap that probably needs to be checked out.
Yeah. This Flint, is backwoods water.
This is Flint, Michigan water.
Yeah, exactly.
It actually looks better than Flint, Michigan water.
Slightly better than Ohio.
Well, tell them when you opened what you could.
Yeah, so on your wedding day, when I opened this bottle, I popped the cork, and literally as I popped it, I watched smoke come out of it. It was wild. I've never seen that.
Some heavy vapors?
Literally heavy vapors, yeah. I've never seen that with an actual bottle of whiskey.
Which is interesting because it's only 92 proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Very
the
cool.
proof is not, the proof is...
But boy, does it, you can sniff it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah,
You can
we
sniff
opened
it
it,
from
we
here.
poured it. It was just like, oh, that smells good. So what really got me with this bottle, I was looking around. I saw that box. The box got me. I mean, Ardbeg is...
It's cool.
Masters of marketing.
They're masters of marketing.
Yeah,
and I knew it. And I was like, well, they're awesome. They're probably one of my favorite distilleries, just period. And they put out something that I've never seen before. Come to find out it was the committee release, and I had to snatch that bad boy up. And oh boy. So...
Yeah, so this really long way, and, talking about Austin's wedding, but a long way around is saying, this is not cheap. It was $150, and it's not for everybody. If you don't like Scotch, it's not for you, obviously. If you don't like fairly heavily peated Scotch, it's not for you.
This is pretty niche.
But it's, yes, but it is, I mean, what kills me is how light it actually is.
But on the nose, obviously smoke, but chocolate. I get dark chocolate.
Yeah, yes.
Chocolate and earth tones.
I gotta say, man, they are the best with their marketing.
Yeah.
This whole thing is they have their Ardverse, and each bottle represents something in their universe that they've created, and they've created this whole like comic book kind of vibe. I just gotta say this they just make it super fun. So I'm gonna read this before we go further into it. A missing purifier, a dram forsaken. Heavy vapors will rise. Things just got heavy in the Ardverse. Something weird is going down at the distillery. The legendary purifier responsible for Ardbeg's exalted balance is nowhere to be seen, and this whiskey is the consequence. The harmony between peat and floral fruitiness has been disrupted. What have risen are the untamed, darker flavor and notes gathering and filling the senses. It is an ominous dram of dramatic, aromatic pungency. Intimidating palls of smoke loom large with the lingering cloyiness sweetness. A burst of sweetness surges through ashy coal dust and casting a haze of cardamom, mentholic, eucalyptic rolls in, obscuring the fruit and floral notes usually found in the heart of Ardbeg. In fact, this is the most full-blown Ardbeg ever. Who can restore the balance? Is there a savior of the Ardverse? Read on. And so then
the Ardverse sounds like it's a universe dominated by Aardvarks.
Which are cool.
Yeah, it turns out actually is what I've read the comic book, and it's great. Aardvarks all over the place.
That's a good Aardvark.
Oh boy. Wow.
I stumbled my way into that one.
Okay.
Wow.
So as you can tell, we love Ardbeg. I love Ardbeg. Anyways, back to the whiskey.
I mean, it's intense is the only way to really say it. It's intense.
But fun.
Yeah. Intense in a good way.
Yes.
It just explodes with earthy, chocolatey, kind of green, herbal, like wild wilderness kind of notes, as well as just on fire.
Yeah, it's almost like matcha green tea on the front of the palate, and then chocolate over envelops it, and then it goes in like this malty darkness.
Yeah.
Interesting.
While you're sitting by a campfire.
Yeah, I mean it's still smoky.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. That's a good way.
There's
Remember,
a little
campfire,
little bit of
campfire
iodine
where the wind always seems to put the smoke in your face, no matter where you sit amongst the campfire. But this is sort of a good way that campfire.
I mean, I'm impressed because it is very smoky, but when you drink it, the smoke is almost an afterthought. All of the other notes come forward so much more prominently.
It's like you forget that Ardbeg is a smoky,
I mean, it's got
Scotch.
so much going on. And then at the end, it's kind of like, oh yeah, there was smoke over the whole thing of this.
For sure. I totally agree with that.
There's sweetness for sure. There's definitely sweetness there. There's some honey sweetness.
I mean, Jesus Christ, this is good. This is why Ardbeg can charge whatever they want with no age statement, and it does not matter.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know how young this is, but I'm gonna guess real young.
Yeah, based on the color of
Aged
that.
for like 3 days.
For real. It'd be interesting to actually know, because having something this good, no age statement, no nothing, that's why they're my favorite.
They're great.
They just put out things. It just doesn't matter. They have the name, and you know it's going to be interesting and good. I don't care about the age when it comes to
bare
Ardbeg.
minimum, it will be interesting.
Yeah.
Could be people out there that go, yeah, that's not for me, but it will be an interesting experience.
Agreed, for sure. But when they do put an age statement on it, Ardbeg 10 year, I don't know, one of the staples of the 10 year.
Wee Beastie at 5 years is awesome. I mean, it's
they know what they're doing.
Man, this is a wild bottle.
It's a wild boy.
Oh yeah, man.
But the proof at only 92, it somehow it worked.
It 100% works.
Yeah.
It would be interesting this at maybe 100 proof.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that would do to it. The flavor.
Notes.
Yeah, and the flavor that just ends up in my mouth is very pleasant, sort of soothing, which sounds weird for sort of a crazy, wild thing, but it's just sort of maybe it's just purely memories, camping, campfire, but there's a sweetness to it. There's a honey sweetness going on there. Chocolatey, some dark chocolate.
It's so sippable.
Yeah. And every little sip is bringing you something heavy.
Yeah.
Now, and
the worst thing you could do would be to just shoot this
well,
back.
and that's where I was going. It's like, so, yeah, why don't you tell that story? Because I was up there too. So I was not a groomsman, but
you were the officiant.
He was the officiant.
I was the officiant.
Everything is alcohol content. Everything we do in our life, in this, it's just all the same.
I married Austin and Rachel. Yes, I did. Yes.
He is an ordained man.
Yeah.
He had a glass of whiskey, and he was like, I bless both of you.
Ryan even gave a speech, and he mentioned alcohol content in his speech.
My entire speech was an advertisement.
It was an advertisement, and it was
terrible.
It was, I was like, this is the podcast.
Awesome.
So, anyways, the story about the photographer, please let me know.
Yeah.
So the groomsmen hanging out, having a glass of whiskey.
Yeah.
This nice heavy vapors. Officiant is there, and the photographer comes in, and is taking photos, whatever, being nice. And we just offered some of this fine scotch as well.
Wow, you're just offering up my scotch to these randos.
Yep. Randos.
Yep. Exactly. And she took it and was like, "Oh, that's cool." Boom!
Just smashes it.
Smashes it back.
Oh no!
And we all, I think my jaw actually dropped. I looked at the other groomsmen and him, just, no way. And then she takes it, was like, "Wow," and then looks at all of us and goes, "I shouldn't have done that."
Well, at least she knows the difference between yes, you should have done that, and no.
Yeah,
this is definitely a no. Please don't.
I just want to know if from that moment on, if the pictures got blurry. Or not.
I can tell you for sure. I got some blurry pictures, all right? So, photographer, if you're watching, I need a refund.
It's like vapors. The vapors got in the way of the lens.
Heavy vapors.
The vapors got me.
All right, folks. Well, this is a little bit of a random bottle. This is going to be hard to get, and if you can get it, it's $150. All right?
It's expensive.
I dropped the cash. It was my wedding. It was worth it to me because I wanted my boys to have some good scotch on the day of my wedding. So if you find it, and if you like scotch, if you like something interesting and weird and smoky, this is a bottle to get if you can get it.
Yeah. If you fit all the categories that would like this bottle, then you will love it.
This is specialty. This is not for everybody, for sure.
No.
But I'm a scotch boy.
So all 21 of you.
Yeah. However many of you watch this podcast that love some weird scotches.
The 4 people that are going to know what this is.
Yes, exactly.
But there you have it, folks. You like it because you're like, ooh, I like the marketing, okay? Just for the sake of Ardbeg, give us a like, all right? Comment it. Let us know, are you a fan of Ardbeg? Because we certainly are. What Ardbegs have you had? What ones do you have? Do you have any daily drinkers like the Ardbeg 10-year, which it's a pretty good daily drinker if I had to say so myself.
On your wedding registry, it was basically just more subscribers.
Exactly.
So, subscribe.
Yeah. Well, I've been still waiting for that gift to be fulfilled. So, actually, speaking of subscribers, we hit 100. This is a big deal. 100. We hit 100 subscribers, and it's kind of a feat. It's a chalice we have taken from the Holy Grail. I don't know what. Help me out here, guys. You guys are really leaving me hanging all these episodes.
No, you're wandering off down those paths on your own there.
We have. I mean, it's 100 subscribers. We may have a tiny hat, but we can still find a hook on which to hang it.
Okay.
Wow.
We haven't spent any money on advertising. It's just been you folks. All right. You guys have been watching and liking it. So we appreciate that. Keep liking, keep watching it, and maybe share the episode. All right. We've reached 100 subscribers. Maybe in a week we can be 1,000 if you just share it. Just do it. Okay. It's an experiment. We'll find out. Okay, folks.
Bam.
And that is the end of the episode.